There's no problem, Margaret. I tell you, I can get you the house, the car, the boat, and the kids. Well, fine. Forget the kids. Hey, just a minute. Margaret, I just wanted to let you know that we were talking about it, and I wanted to... Let me get back to you a little bit later, okay? And listen, don't you know what just a minute means? Now, a lawyer's office is private. Discussions that go on in here are extremely confidential.
Brought you a late Christmas present.
What is this?
My mother's will.
What are you doing bringing that thing in here?
I wanted you to check it out.
You crazy?
Hey, know thy enemy. Be prepared.
Hey, listen. Our whole case is based on the supposition that no will exists.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I haven't seen a will. You didn't show me one, and I am certainly not going to read it. Now, I suggest you take this document and give it a fitting and fiery funeral. You understand?
Well, in that case, I suppose you don't want to see this one either.
Now, what is this?
Mitch Dunbar's copy.
Well, I don't believe this.
Look, it says right here. Where is it? Attorney of record, Mitchell Dunbar.
You can forge that.
Oh, Webster.
Name is Harold.
Well, why would I want to forge a stamp like
You
that?
conned me into this suit.
Listen, I don't have the time to serve this community by sending you to jail.
All right. How did you get this?
I don't question you on your methods. Don't question me on mine. I do mean business.
It looks real.
So where do we go from here?
Here. Burn this, too. I don't know where we go from here.
So what you're saying is that you didn't really take me seriously yesterday.
Hey, look, I was perfectly honest with you. This whole case is implausible. If you do have 2 copies of the will.
We really have to get that third copy of the will now.
No. You want it all too fast. Now, this is going to require some footwork and patience.
Listen, Webster, I can't wait forever, so if you can't do the job, I'll just get someone else who can.
Hey, I didn't come to your doorstep. How did you find me anyway?
Remember Miriam?
Oh, no, you're not related, are you?
Temperamentally, yes.
Is Charles involved with this?
Oh, small time, Webster. Charles has nothing to do with this. In fact, neither does Miriam. I just needed an attorney whose ethics were compatible with my own.
There's an easy hunt.
And someone who keeps their mouth shut.
Hey, don't worry about me. I don't go barging into people's offices and waving wills around that don't exist.
Well, I'll be waiting for your advice.
Yeah.
Okay? Bye-bye.
Oh, why do I get involved in these things? The money.
Hi.
Hi, Phil. I was just going over some sheet music.
Yeah, well, that'll all have to wait. You never believe what happened.
Did Russ jump you?
No, lucky for him.
Phil, I'm sorry about New Year's Eve.
You sang great.
Yeah, but I didn't exactly stick around for any encores, did I?
Let's forget about it. Now, you remember that recording that Russ made of you singing with the group?
Yeah, sure. Did you hear it?
No, but Dave Cohen did.
Dave Cohen?
Can you believe that?
Well, that's great. Who's Dave Cohen?
He happens to be a very well-known and respected talent scout and manager. He handles Jimmy Fullerton.
Jimmy...
Who's Jimmy Fullerton?
Yeah.
All right. He's got 3 hit singles in the charts off his first album, and he's not all that Cohen handles. I mean, Dave's got his hand in everything from rock to country to rhythm and blues. And Dave Cohen happens to think that you have the most full-bodied and sultry voice since Pat Benatar.
Now, her I've heard of.
Becky, this is it. This is the foot in the door.
Let me get all this straight now. Whose foot and what door?
Our foot in that exciting, famed, ludicrous door.
But how did this guy Cohen hear me?
Well, Francis submitted a copy. You loaned him to a producer in New York. I guess he ran into the guy over the holidays. Anyway, this friend gave it to Cohen, and what's to come will be history.
Yeah. Russ is going to be thrilled.
Now, Becky, you're not going to let him get in the way of things. I mean, we are on the verge with a capital V. I'm telling you, this kind of dream about a break has pulled me through a lot of coffee shops and a lot of high school dances.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, we've got a gig at Hampton, a one-night gig.
Hampton is 100 miles away from here.
So we'll stay overnight. Now, look, Dave Cohen is going to be there scouting us. All right? Message delivered? Better start studying some more tunes, and I'll get back with you later. Oh, you know that Russ is in my 1 o'clock class. Now, you wouldn't mind my telling him about this, would you?
Phil,
Just kidding. Sorry. Besides, I know you're too smart to let him get in the way of anything like this. Something that's the biggest break you've ever had. See you on the top of the charts.
Hi. What are you thinking about?
Scott Davidson. Wonder how Lori's taking it. Don't worry, I don't miss her and I'm not gonna call her. It's just that, man, for the longest time I thought the guy was gonna be my father-in-law. Now he's dead. I don't mean to be so depressing, I'm sorry.
Okay. I think it's very nice of you.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like your sweet side. Matter of fact, I wish you'd show it more often. Hey, did you talk to Phil today in class?
No? He just sat there grinning at me. Is he up to something?
Russ, I got great news. And you're the one to thank for it.
You're leaving the band?
No, I'm not leaving the band, but I may be leaving Dumps Like the Tiger's Paw. Isn't that kind of what you wanted?
What are you talking about?
Do you remember that record you had your friend cut for me? Remember those two songs that I had that you recorded?
Yes.
Well, the producer in New York heard it and he loved it. Loved it.
Phil told you this, right?
Well, yeah, sure.
Oh, that's why he was grinning.
Aren't you happy for me?
Oh, Becky. Becky, dearest sweet, how can you be so worldly and so innocent at the same time?
Russ, this isn't a joke. Phil said that the
I heard
producer
what
thought
Phil said. And Phil's a musician. And I haven't met a musician yet who didn't have some big-time producer who was just dying to take their band to the top of the charts.
Russ, this is legit. The guy's name is David Cohen, and he's coming this weekend to scout us at a gig.
Sure. The guy's gonna leave his corporate penthouse, charter a plane right down here to Kingsley to see you sing. Becky, come on. Phil's stringing you along.
Russ, the gig is not in Kingsley, it's in Hampton. And it's not all Phil's doing. As a matter of fact, Francis is the one who got the record to the producer. You want to go accuse him of lying, too?
No, I'm... Well, hey, did you talk to Francis?
No, I didn't, but go interrogate him all you want to. Russ, do you understand what kind of an opportunity this could be?
This is really mean, Becky. You know what
He's
Phil
not
is doing?
lying.
Okay, well, maybe he's not lying. But this Cohen guy, how many groups do you think he sees a week, huh? What, 10, 20, 30? You know what your chances are, probably? About 1,000 to 1.
Yeah, well, those are a lot better than not going at all, aren't they?
Don't look for my sweet side now.
Russ, where are you
I'll
going?
have to find Francis.
You're being ridiculous.
Ridiculous. You want ridiculous? Think about yourself on stage at Madison Square Garden, belting out songs, all dressed up, and 8 months pregnant.
Russ! Russ!
So much for sweet mother's will. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. Who is it?
Harold, as in Hark the Herald, you know.
Oh, come on in.
Hey, smells like I missed a celebration.
Yes, it brought tears to my eyes. When I got out of the smoke, that is.
Well, I didn't see a thing. Hey, remember I told you that the ball was in my court?
Yeah.
Well, I think I've prepared a proper return for you now. An overhead smash. I mean, here you are bartering for a woman's home. We don't even know what the whole estate's worth. I'm talking about stocks and bonds, insurance certificates, stuff like that. Now, your down payment was your mother's ring for my services. What other hidden assets does this estate hold? I mean, look, Here we are planning strategy, and we don't know what it is we're after or how much.
But, I don't know the first thing about stocks or bonds or anything like that.
Coincidentally, I do.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
That's what you're going to do. I want you to turn this house upside down, look in every jury case, every shoebox, everything, and anything that even looks official, you bring it to me.
And how do I know you're going to tell me what it is I've given you?
Well, you're going to hunt for a second opinion from another lawyer no matter what I tell you. Now, come on, stop the charade.
You know, I'm glad I didn't judge you on your looks, Harold. You're quite an intelligent man, really.
There's more. We can file a civil suit against the Davidsons. I have been inspired to your defense by your deep grief.
What are you talking about?
Your mental anguish brought on by the accident, the loss of your dear mother. Now, with just a little bit of brilliant footwork in court, we can turn that into some compensation from Scott Davidson's automobile insurance.
What did you major in law school?
Profits. Who was that?
I don't know. Who is it?
It's Terry. I'd like to talk to you, Nancy.
Enjoy the show. Terry, let me introduce you to Harold. Harold Webster.
What's he doing here?
Representing me.
You've got a lawyer already?
Well, he who hesitates is lost.
If you'll excuse us now, Mr. Webster, my sister and I have a lot to discuss.
But, Miss Davidson, I really do know how you must feel at this time, but I'm afraid I have to intervene. I think it would be very unwise to discuss this out of court.
We are sisters.
And also legal combatants.
Oh, we've been combatants all our life. Let the lady blow off some steam.
Be that as it may, I don't think it would be wise at this time to...
Be quiet, Mr. Webster. Is he aware that you weren't even Mother's real daughter?
He's been briefed on all the necessary information he
You've
needs.
seen the will Mother left?
Well, then there is one.
Oh, I know there is one, and I know you're not in it.
Well, then why don't you show me a copy of it?
You'll see it, if you're stupid enough to press things that far.
Well, now I've been advised that my case is quite sound, actually, and as you can see, I'm settling in here quite comfortably. We were just having a little housewarming party, weren't we, before?
You weren't even at the funeral.
Well, you've been to one funeral, you've been to them all.
Nancy, isn't it a little bit unsettling moving into Mother's house? I mean, what are you going to do here alone at night when the guilt and the memories make you jump at every sound?
Oh, go spin your horror story someplace else.
You'll never get away with this.
Now, look, I don't think I can let this go any further. I have been quite patient with this already.
You are either heartless or incredibly naive.
Well, tell me something, Terry. Wouldn't it be a little too materialistic for you to go after the house? I mean, you've got heaven. All I'm asking for is a house.
You want more than this house. You are undermining the memory of my mother.
Shocking, isn't it?
Nancy, I feel very sorry for you.
Ben, you're fighting Charles Carpenter for all the wrong reasons.
I see.
Now, you made it through med school, and you came out with one of the best medical minds this area has. Now, I don't believe that all of that training and study and practice was meant to groom you for fighting these pointless legal battles.
They're not pointless, Alex.
Oh, come on, Ben. Now, what is it now? 2 months? How many patients have you seen?
I have patience.
10, 12?
9.5. I treated a neighbor kid's turtle for soft shell.
Then you're surviving off your parents' money.
All right. Yes. I'm going out of my mind with boredom and anxiety because of Carpenter. But I knew it would never be easy.
Ben. Look, can you remember all those speeches you used to give me when you were an intern about serving the public, healing the sick? Why, you were the most idealistic young person I'd ever known going into med school. And what I loved the most about you was that you graduated with that idealism intact. There was no cynicism.
Well, I'm not cynical now. It's my ideals that's making me fight this eviction, Alex.
Ideals are insolence. You see, Ben, that's my point. Now, what are you to do? Are you to heal and serve the public? Or is it that you just refuse to be told what to do?
A little of both.
Ben, look, if you want to serve the people in this area. Go to the free clinic. Why, you'd have more patients there than you know what to do with. You don't have to come back and join my practice. But I cannot stand to see you sit here in the middle of this mud hole, pounding your chest and telling Charles Carpenter what he can do with his wet concrete.
You think I'm wasting my time?
And talent and money. Then my offer still stands. Now, please think about it.
What happened when you saw Nancy?
She's claiming my mother's estate.
Did she tell you that? Oh, Terry, I'm sorry. That woman is incredible.
There she stood with lies and lawyers on the day of my...
Just let it out, Terry. I'm here.
I'll be all right.
Come on, Terry, be fair. All those times that I poured out my problems on you, it wasn't easy for me to admit that I needed a friend to share with. Come on, don't keep it in.
What's there to talk about, Liz? Nancy is willing to go to court with this, and I just don't want to have anything to do with it now.
Well, of course you don't. That is so cruel of her. Terry, call Mitch.
Why? Why let this snowball?
Well, you've got to fight it, and you can't do it yourself.
Well, we'll see. Mitch could be a last resort.
Well, from everything that I've heard about Nancy, the last resort is the only thing to work. Terry, didn't Nora leave a will?
Well, I'm sure she did. Mitch would know. Liz,
You just don't want to talk about it.
I just want to enjoy your great coffee.
Terry, last night I couldn't sleep. I woke up and Jeff wasn't in bed. I found him in the living room, crying, thinking about Scott. He meant more to us than any man we've ever met. And to thank him, we're going to take better care of you than you can ever imagine. So I just don't want you to ever mistake pride for strength. When you do want to talk, when you just can't take any more, we'll be there for you.
Francis, get in here, you doll. I could kiss you.
Is Russ here?
No.
Then kiss me.
All right.
I just came over to tell you about our hotel accommodations.
Oh, wait a minute, okay?
Yeah, I thought I saw your bike down there. I could tell by the baseball cards and the spokes. Yeah, I just had a feeling that you might be here, Francis.
Well, hello, Russ. I was
Russ,
just...
where have you been all afternoon?
Looking for this guy.
Hey, look, you don't have to thank me. I don't think you're going to thank me.
That record that I got Becky was a Christmas present. Who told you that you could pass it around Greater New York?
Look, I would think you'd be elated about Becky's good fortune. In fact, I was just coming over to tell her about the gig that's coming up. I've hired a van to haul most of the equipment, and the van's going to ride with that, but not everyone's going to fit, so Phil's going to drive Becky. At least that's what I came over to ask you about.
You know I don't want her hanging around Phil.
Russ, I would think you'd be thrilled with this new brake.
I'm not, but I'll be glad to tell you what kind of break I'd be thrilled
Leave him
with.
alone. Come on.
Let me tell you something, Jack. I'm real glad that you're managing Becky's professional life, but I just so happen to be in charge of her personal life. And that takes precedence.
Becky's life is her own. So is the life inside.
Could you get out of here?
Look, all right, you want me to make hotel arrangements for you? I will.
Hotel? Whoa, hotel? Who said anything about a hotel?
Well, didn't Becky tell you we're going to stay the night?
That's all she wrote.
Look, all right, if you want, you can even drive down in the car with us.
Oh, sure, we'll strap Phil to the hood, huh?
Okay, I'll drive, and then Phil and I can go in one
There
car.
ain't gonna be any gig, Francis, because Becky isn't going.
Russ, Francis is just trying to help here.
Help who? What, do you get a commission for every hour that Phil's alone with her?
You know, Russ, you're being tremendously selfish.
Oh, so, get out of my house, just right now.
Russ!
I'll say something else. I don't want you coming back here again.
Russ, stop it! Stop it!
And wipe the lipstick off your face. You kiss him?
Yeah. Why, you afraid he's gonna steal me away too?
Shut up. You are not going out of town. There isn't gonna be any gig, no hotel, no nothing. Is that understood?
Yeah.